BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I am standing up for Claudia Severa. Claudia Severa is a woman about whom we know very little. I know that's not unusual in this show. It's like, going to do a woman again, Natalie? Yeah. Do we know anything? No. But we're going to do her because she is responsible for one of the most extraordinary archaeological finds in the history of Britain. And I know that sounds like a really big claim for someone you may well not have heard of, but I'm going to stand by it and I'm going to prove it, I promise. But first, I think I need to give you some context, or nothing that follows will seem wondrous, I say, inexplicably quoting from the Muppet Christmas Carol. So, in 1973, archaeologists were digging at a Roman fort called Vindolanda. It's not too far from Hexham in the northeast of England, and it's a fort which was built about 40 years before Hadrian's Wall is begun. Hadrian's Wall is begun around 122 CE. And the domestic and military finds which we have from Vindolanda are completely brilliant. They include hobnail boots with the actual nails, boxing gloves, not designed to, properly kill in the gladiatorial combat, but for practice, for fighting and sparring. Roof tiles, not just roof tiles with dog paw prints in them. I know. When I was researching this show, I found a whole paper on the gait analysis of paw prints on Roman roof tiles. I was like, how are we not doing that programme? But the most amazing find at Vindolanda are the Vindolanda tablets, wooden with writing in ink on them. They were, when they were found, the oldest examples of Latin handwriting in the country. How incredible is that? They are made of wood, usually oak or alder or birch, but the Latin name for these particular kinds of wooden tablets, which fold shut, is tilia, which is the Latin word for a lime tree. So obviously they're normally made further south where there are lime trees. In the northeast of England at that time, or Britain at that time, I should say, there aren't lime trees, but there are alder and oak and birch, and that's what they are made of. They are about postcard sized, like a small postcard, because obviously trees are easier for people to get hold of in Britain than papyrus. Which you find a lot more of further south. Although you do get the wooden tiles further south, but the papyrus less so up here. That the tablets survived at all, this organic material, is just remarkable. That they survived and are legible is properly astonishing. Several caches of the tablets have been found since 1973, and some of them have had the most incredible journeys to get to us. There is one stash which had been set on fire, not because they contained state secrets, but because they were obviously just trash and the messages within were finished with. And so somebody set them on fire, but they set them on fire in Northumbria. And so the fire went out. And yet, even though they got so damp, they still survived, and we can still read them. It's just remarkable. They reveal a slice of military and domestic life from the far north of the empire. That would be us. At around the turn of the 1st into the 2nd century, around 100 CE. Ladies and gentlemen, would you like to please welcome to the stage my guests, who are Professor Llewelyn Morgan and Dr. Paul Roberts. Paul, I don't want to out you for your age on national radio or anything, but the discovery of the Vindolanda tablets in 1973, might that have been an early inspiration for you to become